Okay, let's dive right in. We're talking about a problem that, believe it or not, affects every single one of us, even if we don't see it directly. I'm talking about the overwhelming flood of medical information. And today, we're going to look at a pretty fascinating new technology that's designed to solve it. Take a good look at this number, 2 million. That's not a typo. That is the staggering number of new medical research papers that get published every single year. It is an absolute fire hose of new findings, new studies, potential treatments, you name it. And, that brings up the big question, right? For the doctors on the front lines, the people we trust with our health, how in the world can they possibly stay on top of all of this? The short answer is, it's becoming pretty much impossible. So let's bring that huge number down to earth. What does this actually look like in a doctor's day-to-day life? Well, for many of them, it means spending 2 hours, 2 full hours every single workday, not with patients, but buried in databases and journals, just trying to keep their knowledge current. In that 2 hours a day, well, it adds up, and it adds up fast. For every 1,000 doctors, we're talking about over 500,000 hours of lost time each year. This isn't just a little inconvenience, it's a massive systemic drain on our entire healthcare system. And here's where it gets really serious. This isn't just about spreadsheets and lost hours. There is a real human cost to all this. It leads directly to physician burnout. It can cause diagnoses to be delayed. And it means that sometimes patients aren't getting care that's based on the absolute latest science. When doctors are drowning in data, everybody loses. But what if technology could take that fire hose of information and turn it into a calm, focused stream of insight you can actually use? Well, that is exactly where a purpose-built AI research assistant comes into the picture. Now let's be clear, this is not just another fancy search engine. At its core, it's a sophisticated multi-agent AI system. So what does that mean? Think of it like a team of super smart, specialized AIs all working together to automate the entire tedious process of reviewing medical literature from start to finish. So you're probably wondering, how does this thing actually work? How does it think? Let's pop the hood for a second and take a look at what's going on inside. So from the doctor's point of view, it's incredibly simple. They just ask a clinical question. But behind the scenes, a whole lot is happening. First, one AI agent zips through massive medical databases. Then a second agent comes in, reads everything, and pulls out the most important takeaways. And finally, a third agent cleans it all up, formatting every single source into a perfect citation. And the results of all this? I mean, just look at this. It's wild. A task that used to eat up more than 2 hours of a doctor's day is now done in less than 5 minutes. That is not just an improvement. That's a total game changer. So let's meet the dream team that makes all of this possible. You've got the coordinator agent, that's the brains of the operation. It delegates tasks to the search agent, the tireless researcher, and the analysis agent who makes sense of it all. And you can't forget the citation agent, who's like the team's super meticulous librarian. It's this teamwork, this symphony of AIs that makes it all work so beautifully. Okay, so that all sounds great on paper, right? But does it actually hold up in the real world? Let's get to the results, because this is where it gets really impressive. First up, the time saved. A jaw-dropping 87.5%. That 2-hour daily research log we talked about, it's now down to just 15 minutes. Just imagine what a doctor can do with all that time back in their day. Okay, so it's fast, but is it cutting corners? Nope. The AI scored a 97% on search comprehensiveness. What that really means is that it's not just fast, it is incredibly thorough. It makes sure no critical studies get missed along the way. Now this one, for anyone who's ever had to write a research paper, this is a huge deal. 100% citation accuracy, it completely gets rid of one of the most tedious, error-prone parts of the whole process. Every source formatted perfectly every single time. So the numbers are great, but what about the people who actually use it? What do the doctors themselves think? Well, the verdict is in. A user satisfaction score of 4.7 out of 5 stars. They don't just find it useful, they actually love using it. And this quote from Dr. Sarah Chen, I think it just says it all. It's not just about saving time, it's about what you do with that extra time. It's about becoming a better informed physician, and that ultimately leads to better outcomes for patients. That is the real win here. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds a little like science fiction, maybe a cool concept for the future. But here's the thing you need to understand. This isn't some far-off idea. This is a practical, production-ready tool. The future is now. The reason it's so ready for the real world is because it's built on Google's Agent Development Kit, or AJK. You can think of this as an enterprise-grade foundation that handles all the complex, boring stuff in the background automatically. This lets developers focus on building powerful tools, not on reinventing the wheel. And maybe the best part of all, this isn't some proprietary system locked away in a corporate vault. It's an open-source tool. It's available right now, ready to be deployed in hospitals and clinics to fundamentally change the way doctors work, starting today. Which leaves us with one final provocative thought. We've just seen how a team of AI agents can tackle the crushing problem of information overload. So if AI can solve this, what other seemingly impossible challenges in healthcare are next? What does the future of medicine really look like when a doctor's most powerful tool is a brilliant AI assistant?